I honestly cannot believe I am making this video so soon. If you don't know what I'm talking about, only 4 days ago, I made a video about the next removal wave of vehicles from Roblox Driving and Roleplay games, which was mainly focused around Toyota and their 2 subsidiary brands. I know other YouTubers have made videos on this a couple of days back, but I wanted to bring my own take on this, and we actually have even more cars that have just been removed as of this morning. So let's talk, shall we? Because there is a lot to cover. This morning, the developers of SouthW Florida released a statement regarding a few changes, and 5 vehicles were removed, or 5 vehicle brands were removed. So Chevy, Cadillac, I'm not sure what this is, this may be GMC, I think that may be GMC, and anyways, 5 different brands have been removed by request. Of course, players will receive money if they own the vehicles and they were removed. Now, Greenville haven't announced anything like this. However, as you can see from a Greenville roleplay server, all general motor vehicle products have gone off sale. So that includes GMC, I don't know Brick, I don't know which real life counterpart that represents, but Chevrolet, Cadillac, Pontiac, Saab, Hummer, and a variety of other subsidiary brands. I found this as well on the Greenville server, and it's actually all the removed car brands. And you can see there's a list of now 20 vehicles, 20 car brands that have been removed from the game. It's actually crazy to see how big this list has gotten, and this all started just 1 year ago. Now, Sean YG, who is the senior developer for ERC, they were discussing this in the PRC chat the other day, saying, we haven't announced anything on that. If we were to remove the vehicles, you'd like to receive a replacement vehicle. And then he actually replied to that this morning, saying, of course this could change depending on whatever happens. Now, what I find probably the most peculiar about this is that ERC removed their Lamborghini 1 year ago. It was roughly 1 year ago in September of 2022 that a lot of games received a kind of a cease and desist from Lamborghini. But in the last year, these are the car brands that have been removed from Greenville, and a lot of these have been removed from games like SouthW Florida as well. Audi, Bentley, BMW, Bugatti. Notice quite a few of these are cars ERC have actually added in the last year. We can see the Bugatti is still in game. We've got things like the Audi, which I think was actually added in 2023. ERC has still got Chevrolets. We've still got Mustangs, we've still got BMWs. So why in the world have other games like SouthW Florida and Greenville had their cars taken off sale, but ERC hasn't? Some of these have been recent, but some of these like BMW, that was a while back. A question I've seen fly around pretty much every single roleplay game server is, are driving and roleplay games going to die on Roblox? And whilst I do completely understand where you're coming from, if so many car brands are being removed from the game, eventually all the car brands are going to be removed from the game, you're going to have nothing to drive around in, and it completely defeats the purpose of a driving game. Well, I was actually sort of right in my last video I made about this topic, talking about how games will be going towards more fictional-based cars. Just last night, the developers of SouthW Florida put out a notice saying, we are hiring, we're looking for talented 3D modelers, designers, and artists. And if we go onto the application and over here, are you familiar with designing your own vehicles from scratch? Now, I suppose this could be interpreted as multiple ways. You could interpret this as, are you familiar with creating your own designs for cars? Or do you have experience with just designing real life car brands, but from scratch with no base? But I think this is quite interesting, and SouthW Florida is probably right about this. So over the next few weeks, or probably months, because it does take a while to design cars and get this all implemented, we'll most likely see a lot of games go towards fictional cars. So not including cars like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, but making up their own brands and designing their own cars. Whilst this is really cool and it gives the opportunity for games to come up with their own cars and be kind of creative with what they are making, it is going to hurt a lot of fans, because you're not going to be able to grind in SouthW Florida for the Bugatti you always wanted. And for all the automotive fans, there is something nice about having your favorite real life cars in the game you also love. So from that end, it will be really sad. But again, nothing is really confirmed. Again, as we're seeing, ERC doesn't seem to be having any problem with these from what we can tell anyways. Maybe EUC is delaying removing them from the game, or maybe they're trying to work with the manufacturing companies. Licenses can be very expensive, so I don't really expect EUC to be trying to buy the licenses for cars, but who knows? Who knows what's going on here? I'll try to keep you updated with all the latest news, but to sum this all up, 5 car brands have been removed from both Greenville and SouthW Florida. EUC doesn't seem to be too affected by this. We don't know why though for the time being, and it looks like games such as SouthW Florida may be moving towards custom created cars in the future. Thank you very much for watching. I'd love to hear your opinions down below as always. What do you think of this? Do you have any information that you know of that I didn't catch? Let me know, and subscribe so you stay up to date with all the latest content. Thank you for watching, and let's hope for the best for Roblox driving games.